Hi, it's Shola Kaye here from Speak Up Like a Diva, Speak Up and Shine. And I'm a public speaking coach based in London and with clients all over the world. And what I'd like to talk about today is how to develop your own style as a speaker. Now, the idea of having your own style or the way that you do things when you're on stage may seem like a luxury to you because most likely you're juggling, okay, can I remember what I've got to say? Am I nervous? Am I going to make the audience happy or at least give them something that's valuable? So typically, especially if we leave our preparation until the last minute, things like style and having our own flair on stage are very much, a like to have, but pretty much left in the background because there isn't the time and there isn't the bandwidth to take care of it. But what I would like to ask you today is if you could be any kind of public speaker, if you could be the kind of speaker that you want to be, what kind of style would you have on stage? And the thing is, unless we start to ask ourselves questions like that, we'll probably never come up with an answer. We'll never think carefully about who we do want to be on stage. And then by default, we'll end up just struggling or just managing when we could have done so much more and been so much more for our audience. Earlier this week, I was running a workshop on, it's a workshop I've developed and it's called Your Speaker's Toolbox. And it's actually a part of a couple of my group coaching courses. It's part of my group online course. It's part of my 6-month program. It's also something that I give to people in my 6 weeks to speaking success course. And this toolbox is all about things like how to project your voice, your diction, how to pronounce words in a way that has a style that's your own, how to be on stage, what's your archetype, what kind of person do you embody when you're on stage. And in the feedback to this particular course, somebody gave me a few comments and they said that it was a really fresh interpretation of this material. And I started thinking about this word fresh and I really liked that he used that to describe me. And it is something I try and do to try and present my information in a different way. But some people, it's not about being fresh for them. For them, it might be about being detailed or methodical or thorough or high level, but giving people enough so that they know what the issues are. And I want you to think about, who are you as a speaker? Which of those particular descriptions embodies the way that you want to come across? Or is there another description for the way you'd like to be when you're on stage? Because if we never give ourselves the time and space to ask ourselves those questions, then we'll always be in that struggle mode where we're just doing enough to get by and maybe get some good feedback when we could do more. So I'm going to ask you now, what is the style that you'd like to have on stage? Are you someone who'd like to be very serious? Are you joking? Are you playful? Who are you as a speaker? How would you like to come across? Once you give out those feedback forms after you've spoken, what would you like your audience to say about you? And take the time out, answer those questions. And then the next time you have to give a presentation, as you do your preparation, make the answer to those questions a part of your prep work. And then see if you can fulfill that, if you can actually answer those questions in the way that you deliver your talk. And see if the testimonials you get match up to the person that you were hoping that you would be making that presentation. Now, I know for some of you this might be sort of advanced level because these are questions you've never even contemplated before, but you have it all in your hands. So that's my challenge to you this week. I want you to think about who you are as a speaker. Take a few notes on it. Think about your style. Are you somebody who's really lively? Are you somebody who's quiet and contemplative? Do you like to mix it up? Do you like to keep the audience on the edge of their seats, because one minute you are super dynamic and the next you come across as being quite a sincere, heart-focused person. It's really up to you. And the more you think about this and the more that you try and incorporate it into your talks, it'll be fun for you because you'll feel like you're learning every time you speak. And it'll be fun for your audience because there'll be that intentionality around who you're being that many speakers don't have. They don't exhibit that. So that's it from me this week. Go ahead and do that. And if you're interested in checking out any of my online programs, as I mentioned, there's the 6-week speaking success. There's also my Get Clients with Speaking. Have a look or just drop me an email and I can tell you some more. Take care. Have a brilliant week. It's Shola.